What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and as I promised that I would report back to you guys when I found out more about what is this Compile Heart announcement that they are planning in a couple of days. So reports actually came from Gematsu, other websites, and everything here is brought by Ryokutya, if I'm saying it correctly, 2089. So I'm just gonna say Ryo for summarizing. He has a long history of getting information before, it's published in like V-Jump or Weekly Famitsu. Like he's always like a couple of days ahead. So the source is pretty reliable. Usually Gematsu and other gaming news companies report from what he has revealed or found out. But basically the information we got is that the teaser website and the small teaser trailer is in fact for a Fairy Fencer F game, which is going to be called Fairy Fencer F Refrain Court. Now, before I continue, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. Apart from the confirmation, we did get some information about the game, no images or anything, so I will probably push the video to be released a bit later and see if like any images are revealed or updated, so then I'll post them in the video. But if not, well, I'll post the video at midnight for my time. So let's get back with the information. Compile Heart and developer Sting are announcing Fairy Fencer F Refrain Court for the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and the Nintendo Switch. The latest issue of Weekly Famitsu will reveal. It will launch on September 15 in Japan. No word on if the game will be coming to the West for now, but I am assuming it's most likely gonna arrive in the West too, sometime like at the end of this year or beginning of next year, depending on like whoever gets in charge of the localization decides to release it. So Sting Entertainment is a name I haven't heard in a while. For those that don't know, Sting is a developer, or Sting Entertainment is a developer that has been making games since 1989. They're not necessarily too huge, but they're known in some circles. Back in 2012, they did enter a partnership with Idea Factory. They have developed games like Hyper Devotion Noir, Goddess Black Heart, and apparently it seems they help with Utaware Rumono Mask of Deception and Mask of Truth. Though of course Utaware Rumono, those games the main developer is Aqua Plus, but it seems like they help out with the development there. They haven't been very active past couple of years, like their last big game was Dokapon Up Roulette of Dreams, which came out in 2020, but still I don't think that's like a very like big game. So it's been like 3-4 years since there are any big projects, so it's an interesting choice of developer. There's also more information about the game. So Fairy Fencer F Refrain Court is a tactics RPG featuring an assortment of characters from the series. Compared to the first game, Fairy Fencer F, which was a fantasy RPG, it's pretty interesting they decide to switch to tactics. I am not against it, I'm for it, but it seems like a lot of developers have been choosing like action RPGs more than, making it tactical or turn-based. So definitely, I don't know how a lot of people will react to a bit of the change in genre. Maybe some will like it, but yeah, it's definitely gonna change. Another thing to note is that they claim that the game will feature an assortment of characters from the series. Though as far as I'm aware, you only had Fairy Fencer F and its expanded version Advent Dark Force. So I'm guessing this means we would see a lot of the cast from the first game return in some form, because this hasn't been like a series with like 3, 4, 5 games. Like it's only had one game. Someone I remember when I was reading some of the comments said maybe they are gonna feature other characters from other Compile Heart games like Omega Quintet, but I don't think so. I think this just is a way of telling, oh, you're gonna see the cast from the first game for sure return in this game. That's at least what I understand. The game also would feature something called Dramatic Resonance, which seems to be an ability that can overturn the battle through a song. It's described as a high-risk, high-return element that can strengthen both sides of the battlefield. It occurs when an ally or enemy songstress sing. I mean, that explains basically why there is like a lot of singing in that teaser, and then you see like 2 different songs at the same time. So whenever you're probably fighting enemies, like you have your own songstress and then the enemy has another songstress, which is why like you see like 2 equalizers and then they like collide. At least that's what I viewed from the teaser. There will also be a treasure hunting element on the world map. Then there's a mention of something called support fairy boost that has a high degree of freedom, which I don't know what that is. As I mentioned before, I have zero experience with this franchise. I have heard of it, but never played it. In my previous video, I said I was likely to play whatever this game ends up being, because at the time we really didn't know if it was gonna be a fairy fencer F. And well, I am really interested in this game now, especially when I heard it's gonna be a tactical RPG. Tactical RPGs are a genre I really enjoy, and I really love when a game, chooses that genre. It's one of my favorite genres to play, so that is definitely a way to sell me the game. Though, I don't know how everyone will react with the change in genre, if it's gonna be positive or negative, because there is a bit of change. I mean, a tactical RPG is not the same as, your fantasy or action RPG, and this game started as a fantasy RPG, so I hope most people are gonna be still excited for the game. But yeah, sadly, this is all the information we got, since this was obtained before the release of the weekly Famitsu magazine, which is happening the 19th, so 2 days from now. I am hoping we get to see some screenshots or artwork, but I will probably not do another video unless we get like a big trailer with like interesting information to talk about. But overall, I am really looking forward to this title, now more than ever, and I might actually try the first game, since there's gonna be characters returning from that game, and the TRPG aspect of this game got me interested. But in the end of the day, as always, it's not just about me. What are your thoughts, guys? Are you excited? Are you interested? Are you disappointed? Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.